There seem to be so many coaches, healers, therapists, teachers, light workers all over the world. And I have been in touch with many of them because I too have been going to a lot of these events and signed up for, masterminds and things there where we as let's call us light workers, whatever flavor that takes. It's been very, very hard for many of us to kind of have a breakthrough and, get to a level of success and having a full client base or reach some kind of a 5, 6, 7K income a year. There's all these carrots that are out there that seem to attract so many of us who really feel that we came here to make a difference. And I know both in myself and so many, many beautiful beings that I've been with, it's very, very heartfelt. It's very sincere. And yeah, it's almost like we know why we came here. And then when we try and bring it to the world, nothing really seems to happen. Not nothing, but very little. Whereas those who teach about how to make money, they have a lot more success. So there is some kind of an imbalance there. And it really made me think, and I've been talking to a number of new friends who are also in that same situation. And to me, it has become a little bit of a mystery why so few light workers, healers, call it what you want, are not being really successful. Because in ourselves, we know that what we are sharing has made a huge difference in our work, in our life, in our being. And when you experience such a shift, it's very normal and natural that you want to share that with others to also, come to a place of more freedom inside, of living in more of an open heart, more connected with the divine, much more guided by our intuition and our heart. And it just feels like that is the next level of awakening or expression on the planet that is in her own awakening process. So I was just wondering, why are so many people still struggling to be successful in that gift that we came here with? And many give up, or many keep trying. We keep meeting each other maybe at a different event. And somehow, once in a while, somebody breaks through. They have a huge shift, and it's like they break through a glass ceiling. But most of us don't. Most of us just keep sharing what we know, looking for clients, trying to attract more clients. It's a very interesting thing. Once I kind of took a step back and look at it, like, what is going on here? Why are we doing it? Why do we believe that we need more clients? Why do we believe that there might be something wrong with us because we are not being successful? There's so many questions that are floating around that don't really have an answer. Then it seems like, oh, there is a block here and I'm not good at receiving. And then there's a workshop learning about how to receive and open up, so then that's the next thing. But in a way, it seems like it's ongoing. So I think today's video, I want to speak to all of you who are in this situation where you feel you have a gift to share and it's not being received. And it's so alive in all of us that this is what I came here for, because nothing else really matters. There is no drive or motivation to do something else. And if we do, it is simply so we can pay the bills and then maybe do our gift thing on the side. Because here's the thing, we can't help it. We cannot help wanting to share this this deeper knowing that we have come to. Call it an awakening, insight, guided by intuition and love. We cannot help it. We cannot get away from it. So my question here for you is, can you relate to this? Is this something you are also going through and you keep thinking that maybe there's something wrong with you or you're not doing it right? Blah, 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 blah. I want to say that it is really wonderful to learn how to do things such as doing a YouTube channel or doing an online program, writing a book, writing a little free book that people can download. I think it's wonderful. I really, really enjoy that process. And I think we should definitely continue with that. But then there's this thing at the end where it's like, but why am I not being more successful? I'm following all the steps and nothing is happening or very little is happening. So if you can relate to this, I really would like if you would connect with me and share with me how this is for you. What do you make out of it? And here's what I'm coming to in my own inquiry around it. Maybe it's not about being successful. Maybe it's not about getting a lot of clients. Maybe it's definitely not about reaching a 6 or 7K income per year. That's such a funny one. I've always found that one very amusing. And not that I wouldn't be open to it, but to have that as a goal, it's like, why? Why? Unless you have another vision, that you want to put it into to create a more beautiful world in whatever way that looks. Maybe creating some kind of a community village somewhere that's all based on renewable energies. And, these are all the things that live in us that we know that is the next step. So here's what I wanted to say. So maybe it's not about, getting more clients, getting more money, being more successful, getting more views, getting more likes, blah, blah, blah. Maybe this thing that lives in us that is so alive, so juicy and beautiful, and that we can't get away from, it won't leave us alone. That's the other thing. It will not leave us alone. So there must be something to it. But maybe it's not fitting in that category, which I see is still the old paradigm, the old patriarchy. That's how we do it, where we need to take steps to be successful, to make money. That's all old paradigm stuff. And then when we start bringing in a new energy, a new frequency, new visions, it's very common that we are trying to run it through the existing channels that we have been using for a long, long time, because there isn't really another one available yet. And we don't really know what it would look like if there is another one. So that's why I think that those of us who have this urge to share this new energy, I think it's good for us to go into some kind of a think tank or a heartfelt field tank, and find out, like, how do we really want to express this through a new channel a new way of being. I know it's premature, but well, I kind of am always a little bit of a pioneer, which has caused me a lot of doubt in the past. And I am wondering if you have that too, where you are a pioneer. So why don't all of us pioneers take time and come into some kind of a space where we really inquire about, well, what does it look like when we are not using these channels? It's not physical yet for most of us. I know there are people who are already talking about it or suggesting it. It's already here. I can feel it. And that's how things usually unfold for me. It's like there's suddenly some kind of an energy, a feeling, a knowing, um, a joyful expectation. There's something here that I'm beginning to listen to. And then very, very slowly, it starts coming through. But I may not quite know what it is yet. And what happens then many times, if I share that with somebody else who is also on that level, then suddenly words are spoken by one or the other where we go, oh, that's it. Like, oh, now I know. Now I know what I knew without knowing it. And it goes this way where it's like we're in this energy and these ideas, new ideas show up. And of course, that is what happens many times in mastermind groups, in think tanks that we can start calling heart tanks instead, where these new ideas start blooming. And I know in myself that this is happening because I can feel it. And that's why I want to start talking about it. Many times I start talking about something I don't really know what is yet, but the energy is here. And I know when I start opening my mouth, whatever comes out gives me clarity and insight too. I might even go like, oh, now I know what it is because I'm talking about it. Or you may get an insight because you're listening to me and you go, oh, I've had this thing inside of me, but I didn't really know what it was. But now it starts making sense. And this is what I really enjoy. That's when the energy starts bouncing off of each other. And then we get more insights. So I had a wonderful conversation with a friend the other day. We went for a beach walk and we had just we always have a wonderful, inspiring interaction. And this is also what started to happen. And that's why I now feel like I want to start talking more about it. I'm not the only one. And part of what we are beginning to see is basically what I just shared, that this gift is not meant for us to become somebody, to become successful or whatever. It certainly may happen, but it can never be the goal. Because then you kind of cut off the energy where you think, oh, it's about me, or I need this out of it. It doesn't work that way. Learning to stay in that space where you sense something and then start sharing it with others and then see what unfolds. And if somebody tries to put it in the old paradigm, the patriarchy, then people say, no, that doesn't feel right. That's kind of the old way. We need to move out of that, even if it's just a little bit, and start opening up to something else. I'm just wondering, does this make sense to anyone? It makes total sense to me. And I feel very excited about sharing it. So out of this, I have a feeling. No, I want to start being with other people where this new energy that you are feeling, if you're not feeling it, that's fine, then it's just not for you. But if you're resonating with this, I want to ask you to go to my website and just sign up to be on my newsletter or my email list. And I am in the process of, I want to create just little online groups so we can get together with people who are in aligned with this frequency that I'm talking about. So we can come up with ideas. Together, we can create something new that is not fully 3D yet, not fully physical yet. But when we come together, I know something will happen. So I think that's all I want to say today. Please connect. Please help me out. Please join this energy if you feel it resonates with you. That's really the most important thing. If you also go like, yes, I have had those same feelings, but I don't know what to do with them. Can you imagine what happens when there's, 6, 12, 20 of us who come together, and then we share this energy. And then we can create magic, because the magic is wanting to come through many of us. And I just think that we need to connect more with each other so we can bring it to life. So please, connect. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you want to share something, comment. If you know people who are on this same frequency, please share this little video and see that will give more people the opportunity to connect together so we can all become receptacles for this new energy to come in, and it goes into this soup, and then we create this beautiful meal that we can serve in whatever way it wants to be served. So I hope this makes sense, and I really do look forward to hearing from you. All right, my friends, have a wonderful day.